Imagine you are about to spend $300,000 on a flight, and you have in this hand a company that has 40 plus years in the market, and in this one, a company that has maybe, I don't know, 10 years, but no one knows about it. Like you talk to your colleagues that also are flying. Hey, have you heard about this company? No, I don't know what that is. What about this one? Oh, yeah, this one is really good. Everyone knows this company. So, of course, you're going to go with this one. It builds trust.
There is no wrong product, it's only a bad marketing strategy. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a third chapter of Ocho Minds by Ocho Marketing. I would like to thank before to Leo da Vinci Media. They're the ones in charge of the production and edition of this podcast. So first of all, Maria, thank you so much for coming here. And I would like to ask you to introduce yourself for our audience.
Sure. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. So, as you said, my name is Maria. I am 27. Not that anyone asked to share my age with you. Why did I say my age? Okay, let's just say I'm 25. I'll forever be 25. I'm a charter broker for private jets, which basically means that I handle accounts. I have my own list of clients. And every time my clients have a need, a requirement for a charter flight, so basically a charter is when they rent the aircraft and its services, I'm the person that they come to, and I basically plan the whole itinerary and the whole thing for them.
So basically, you work with ultra high network individuals.
Correct. It's
Nice.
the 1%, really.
It
Yeah.
sounds very fancy and expensive, actually.
Well, our clients are this is a very niche market. Our clients are extremely wealthy. We are dealing with ultra high network individuals. It's not even high network, it's ultra high network. So obviously these people, they crave things such as excellent service, high confidentiality when they deal with someone. They expect you to anticipate any problems that might arise as well, and they crave this luxury side of a service, of course, as well.
Yeah, so as you're talking that it's a very luxury niche, I would like to ask you which tools do you use to approach to these
These
clients?
clients. Sure. This is a very important question, and especially in the area that I work for. This is our bread and butter. No private jet broker would ever tell you exactly the way that they find their clients.
This is the secret.
Because this is the secret. But there's a few tools that we all use. So in the old days, cold calling was a big thing. So basically, when you
Yes.
call someone who is not expecting your call, you call them unexpectedly. You have a middleman on the other side, which is basically trying to stop you from reaching the executive member that you're trying to reach or the CEO. Cold calling nowadays, I believe it's a little bit outdated because the world has evolved so much. Technology, marketing has evolved so much that cold calling is very, very old fashioned, and people are not so receptive to
And
receiving
sometimes
calls
it's even
anymore.
annoying, right?
Exactly. That's the thing. It's imagine you get this phone call. Hi, this is from this telephone
I
company.
get it all the time.
Exactly. Like you want to hang out the call like straight ahead, right? Because no one has time for this. So one of the best tools that we have nowadays is definitely marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing. It's the way to go because you're basically getting your clients and reaching them in a passive way.
Yes.
So you basically have a service going for you without you having to do anything, and the clients will come to you without you having to bother them with an unexpected call that they might not wish to have. So definitely marketing is really huge. It can be Google ads. It's very important to work for a company that understands these changes are happening so that they have a marketing team that when someone types private jets or charters, this technology is going to understand that they are a potential client, and they are going to feed them this information through Google ads, through Instagram ads, TikTok ads, whatever ads it is that they are using. But they need to be bombarded with this, with your company.
And I think it's
specifically.
not just about bombard them, but it's also to bombard the right
100%,
audience.
100%.
It's not just about investing your money in ads. And if you don't find a proper audience and you don't target properly your audience, your ads are going to be flying on the space. And maybe it's not even for the right people.
Exactly. And this is the thing. This is why it's so important for a company to find the right marketing team. Because if you hire any marketing team that doesn't understand your product and your services and the type of clients that you're trying to find, they are going to do marketing for you. Of course they will. But it's for the wrong audience. It's for people who cannot afford private jets. And that leads to us, the client managers, to receive requests sometimes of people that say, can I have one seat on a private jet? And you're like, that doesn't work like that. Or can I have a flight between London and Dubai? And you're like, okay, yeah, starting price from $90,000. And they're like, what? My budget is 10,000.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, okay, so maybe fly business next time. Like, so the key element for a marketing team is to understand, okay, where are we going to channel this marketing channel? It has to be for the right audience.
Exactly. And when we talk about the brand, in this case, the company, the where you work at, how important you think it is, the respect that a company has for the, like, on their client's mind, like how trustable they are, how legit they are.
It's extremely important to work for a well-known company within the market that you're working for. Me in particular, I'm working for a company that has more than 60 years in the industry. So it's a very strong company, especially for aviation enthusiasts and clients. Everyone kind of knows this company. And it's extremely important, of course, to work with a well-built company, because it's like if you were to build a house and you work for a company like this, the house is already built. So now you just have to do the decoration, meaning now you just have to provide this excellent service, but you don't have to create the name for the company. Meaning when you work for a company like this, clients are already expecting a certain quality, a certain trust that has already been built through years and years of marketing, of being in the market. They are already expecting this quality in service, because the people associate branding with quality. Just as, I don't know, if you're in the market for a new bag and you can afford a Hermes or a Zara bag, if you're expecting something that is going to give you durability and maybe someday you'll be able to pass for your kids, you're going to go with the Hermes one. And it's also the status that it brings.
Absolutely.
So
I think especially when you talk about an industry such a private aviation, it's not, of course, everyone knows it's not cheap, but when you know it's totally 100% worth it, when you invest your money. Because, for example, I would like to ask you, how makes marketing your tasks smoother?
Well, marketing makes our job so much smoother and easier, because if the marketing is well done and channeled to the right people, then I won't have to chase them, because these people will already be in contact with my brand. So these potential clients will already know me. If a person that frequently travels privately is scrolling through their Instagram and they have in their minds, oh, I need to plan that trip to Cancun, and they see an ad for my company, they're like, oh, this is exactly what I needed. So they are immediately going to click and send in their request. Whereas if marketing is not there, then it's going to be me that will have to cold call. And cold calling, don't get me wrong, it's not that you're going to call and you're going to be transferred to the CEO immediately. Sometimes it takes months, if not years, to reach the decision maker. So of course it makes the job way faster and easier.
Absolutely. So one more question I would like to ask you. In this, Dubai is a very competitive city, and it's constantly growing, and it's full of opportunities and luxury. Which advice would you give to someone that is starting as a private jet broker?
Network. It's all about the network. It's all about putting yourself out there. It's very important to build your confidence. And I believe that you can only build confidence when you are confident in your knowledge, in your experience. So if you are lacking experience, it's fair enough. We all gain experience as the years go by, but invest in your knowledge. Know your aircrafts, know your operators, know your routes, know your clients, know what their needs are. It's very important to understand what the needs of your clients are, because a client that wants to fly a ultra long range flight, it's very different from a flight that wants a domestic European flight.
So the better you know your product, the easier will be for you to sell it, right?
100%, because you're going to be more confident. When you are confident and you present yourself in a confident way, people will automatically trust in you, and especially when you're dealing with such high transactional services. So people really do have to trust in you if they're gonna invest thousands and thousands of dollars to spend a couple of hours in an aircraft. So yeah, definitely invest in your knowledge, invest in your confidence, and network a lot. So go to events, put yourself out there, work with social media. Very often I search for hashtag private jets either in TikTok or on Instagram. And if I see that these people are flying, I'm going to send them a DM. Like, I'm not shy to approach people. The no is guaranteed, so you might as well
Yes,
try it.
exactly.
So, yeah, if you're shy, this is definitely a hard profession for you to go by. But yeah, just put yourself out there.
Yeah, this is very important to not be shy, to always try. The worst thing can happen is that you get a no, but you will
Exactly.
never know if you don't try.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm the most introverted person you will ever meet. Like, this is a mask right now. But you train yourself to. Like, a couple of years ago, I could never go to an event all by myself, introduce myself to people. Like, I would be mortified. But you build your confidence through time.
Yes, and you build it because you also work on your knowledge.
Exactly.
This is great. Yeah, actually, it's
Mhm.
very important. I would like to make you a question.
Mhm.
What do you think about the brand that doesn't have a strong marketing strategy and doesn't have a online presence?
I believe that a brand that doesn't have the correct marketing strategy and digital presence,
Yes, online presence.
online presence, is losing a lot of business in the world that we are living in. They're basically putting money down the drain, and they're probably investing in other things that they are not so important, because if no one knows your brand, why would you invest in it? The first thing, if you have a brand that you should invest, of course, is finding good professionals, experienced professionals, but also put your brand out there, because if no one knows you, who is going to come to you for your services?
I think
if they
no
don't
one
know
wants
you?
to give their money from their
Exactly.
pocket
Yeah.
to something that they don't know what it's
Exactly.
about.
And especially when you're dealing with a niche market like this with ultra high network individuals, imagine you are about to spend $300,000 on a flight, and you have in this hand a company that has 40 plus years in the market, and in this one, a company that has maybe, I don't know, 10 years, but no one knows about it. Like, you talk to your colleagues that also are flying. Hey, have you heard about this company? No, I don't know what that is. What about this one? Oh, yeah, this one is really good. Everyone knows this company. So, of course, you're going to go with this one. It builds trust.
Of course, and the reputation is very important
Very
in every
important.
business.
100%.
The integrity in the way they make business,
Yeah.
and of course, all of these things you work on it with the time.
100%.
But of course, you always, something that I always say, you need to hire professionals. Don't hire people that it's gonna sell your dreams. You need to look for the right people, the professional on each niche. So, for example, when people is talking about marketing, sometimes they're saying, "Oh, I can do it by myself. I can just pay some ads on Instagram and I'm gonna get some likes." But why you think it's important to always hire a professional person to take charge of it?
Because if you don't do that, if you don't hire the correct person to handle your marketing campaigns, they will put through those Instagram ads, but again, they're going to go to the wrong audience. They're going for maybe to the audience that can afford a flight on economy class on Emirates, when you're actually selling a flight that starts from $50,000. So yes, the brand is out there, but it's with the wrong audience. It's like I'm selling classical music to people who only listen to metal. Like, it just doesn't go hand with hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think with this, we can come to the conclusion that there is no wrong product. It's only a bad marketing strategy. Because when you have a product and you have a good marketing strategy, you can sell wherever you want because you're getting to the right audience.
That is very true. That there is a market out there for everything. If you want to build a company that is selling, I don't know, cookies for dogs, of course it can be very successful, but you have to do the marketing for people who already have dogs, not for people that have cats.
And for pet lovers and everything.
Exactly.
You don't have to sell this for doctors, for example.
Exactly.
Yes, it's always finding the right audience for your product.
100%.
And of course, even when we talk about something very expensive like paying a private flight, there is someone who's willing to pay that amount.
Yep. 100%.
So yeah, this is very important. I always say this: the marketing is like a very important tool for each brand and each product.
100%. Yeah, I believe it's the biggest sell technique that we have nowadays. It's marketing, and it's a passive sell technique, because basically marketing is doing half the work for you, Now you just need to put your input, meaning you're going to work hard and you're going to build a trust with the client so that it comes back to you. But the way to get the client to get to know you and come to you to ask for your services is marketing for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Maria, I ran out of questions for you because you know everything. You understood the full game, actually. Congratulations.
I just like to yap. You ask me a question, I'm going to speak for 10 minutes. You already know me.
So, Maria, I would like to ask you, how is a day in your life? Because I guess that working in such a luxury industry, sometimes you don't have any time to sleep, to rest. Because I guess when you have clients that are paying this much amount of money, they will believe that they owe you, you know? So how do you manage your personal life with your career?
Yeah. So when you work as a private jet manager, you basically work 24/7. So at any time that a client wants a flight, you cannot tell him, oh, please call me tomorrow at 9 a.m. You answer immediately, even if it's in the middle of the night. So that means that you have to plan ahead and handle your life in a way that is very organized. So for me, it's very important to have a balance between my private, personal life and work. Work is extremely important, but for me, if my personal life is not rich, there I won't be a good worker as well. So usually I always wake up around 5:30, 6 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm a morning person. So
I'm starting that thing, you know. I'm waking up at 5:30, but
Oh,
then
wow.
but it takes me around like 15, 20
To
minutes
wake
to
up.
realize that I'm
I'm
awake
awake.
already.
See, my cats wake me in the morning, licking my face. So even if I don't want to wake up,
Because I want to
have
tell
an option.
something to everyone who doesn't know. Maria is a mother of
I'm a
3
mother.
cats
I'm a mom.
in
Yeah,
Dubai.
it's true.
So she
It's
needs to work hard
I'm
because
a working mother.
exactly,
And it's
life
a
is not
struggle.
easy.
It's not easy. So yeah, no, I wake around 5:30, 6 a.m. every day, give breakfast to my children, and go to the gym before work. So for me, it's very important to keep active. It's like if your mind is fine, your body has to be fine as well, right? You have to enrich both. So it's extremely important for me to be fit, to nourish my body with very healthy foods, and to exercise. So I usually work out before I go to work so I can already check the objective for the day is done. And after I work out, I usually go to work, then I come back home. And for me, I love to cook, so I make home cooked meals every single day. And for many people, they would think, why would she do that? It's so much work, but it's a way for me to ease stress a bit. It really relaxes me. So yeah, that's my idea of having fun. I go to the gym at 6 a.m. I come back from work, I cook, I read my books, and yeah, I'm a very homebody, so I love to be home as well. So
This is great. And you know, actually, I saw there is like a new trend, if you want to say it like this, of people that likes to wake up at 5 in the morning
yeah,
and do their workouts
meditation,
very early.
yeah,
Exactly.
self-journaling. Yeah, it's super healthy because you need to keep your mind sane as well. Like this is such a fast-paced world that we are living in, that if we don't take care of our minds and our bodies, of our souls, what can we do with our lives? You need to be okay.
Yes, exactly.
So
No, and also, you know, I think the same as you think, and it's very important to keep everything balanced, you know.
100%. Yeah.
And yeah, actually, I'm trying the same. I'm
Yeah.
waking up early. I'm going to the gym, and in the beginning, it's a bit difficult.
100%.
But when you start doing it and
Yeah.
becomes a habit, you will
Yeah.
feel more energized.
Yeah.
You will feel happier. So
Yeah.
this is good because when you
100%.
are like this, you project that.
Yeah, and you need to be disciplined about everything in life, from work to also the commitments you do to yourself. So if you commit, okay, I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm going to the gym. If you truly respect yourself, you're going to keep that commitment. And also they say it's not about motivation, it's about consistency, because so many mornings I wake up and I was working on a flight until 2 a.m. in the morning. It's the last thing that I want to do, to work
Of
out and go to the
course.
gym at this time. But you need to be consistent. You need to respect yourself enough to think, this is important. This is a me time. I said, this is my time to relax, to do something for myself. So yeah, it's an amazing anxiety relief strategy.
Yes, I agree. Well, see you tomorrow, 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do
deal.
it. Deal. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Maria, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Leo Da Vinci Media to make this podcast happening. And this is another chapter of Ocho Minds by Ocho Marketing. Like and comment below, and don't forget to follow us. Bye. Thank you.